Hey, today we're gonna make a grill. This is this is an old water tank, at least 20 years old. Don't ask me beyond that. There's the piping that came off of it. I disconnected it. It was actually the only way to drain it. Apparently that piping's got a clog in it. But yeah, this is the tank. It's a nice solid tank. I mean, got the valve here. The pipe comes out the bottom, you know. I'm just gonna slice it up and try to turn it into a grill. You know, it's really thick. It's actually gonna be a pain to slice up, but I mean, I don't know how to tell you what size it is. Here I am. Hello. So, yeah. 3 good feet. Been working on the top of the lid and everywhere else. We got a couple of handles here. I'm not sure if they're gonna get too hot, so I might have to do a little bit more work there. I got a grate system I'm working on here. I haven't cut it out yet, and this is just barely held on there right now. You know, that's still in work, and we'll look at that more. Let's go ahead and pop this off so we can see the insides. I got it all nice and cut, and I mean, that's some pretty thick metal. Probably, that's okay. I say I ran across the edge a little bit to kind of clean it out. Oh, yeah, it took a minute to cut it. This was an interesting find. That was inside of it, upside down. It's a large, plastic, tube thing. That's what the water sat in, apparently, or, you know. I didn't realize, that was in there. I mean, I read somewhere on here that it had a diaphragm, and I didn't really understand it, and when you look through the hole in the bottom, which, we'll get to that in a second, you don't really notice that there's anything in there. Huh, I need to flip this upside down too. There's a little bit of junk at the bottom. But, yeah, so when I cut open the top, that was kind of surprising to find in. The bottom has got... Oh, that's great. Camera's falling apart. But the bottom has got a, you know, obviously you don't want to do this when it's going, but, you know, you're wanting to get rid of the ashes afterwards. You just kind of do that kind of number. And, you know, it hits against here, but that opens the hole pretty wide. You know, most all of the way. And, it's just nutted onto one of these, and, there's a couple washers on the other side. I'd like to make this a little longer, but, this is a tubing I had sitting around. And, you know, this angle piece was plastic, so I had to cut that off and destroy it in order to get this on there, but, you know, it's just a nice little open shut. Looks like I need to hammer it a little bit. It's a little off over here, but that gives it a little bit of breathing room at the bottom, too. You know, not too big of a deal, really, personally. But, yeah, that's where we are right now. Our next major things are, cutting out the holes so I can put the grates in, and cutting out the holes in the top. I mean, obviously, I bent this over so that, our top sits on there, more or less kind of flushy. You know, it's not perfect, but it sits in there pretty well. You know, it's, you know, sitting it just on top without that bend in it, wasn't, I mean, it could work, but, you know, it's nicer to have it to where it'll sit somewhere, you know. And here we are. It's done for now, at least. There might be a couple of more changes we make before this video is done, but, we'll see for sure. We got our smoke letter router. Just spins around here. We use the original hole as our mounting point, and just cut a big hole in there. Should work pretty well. Got ourselves a little screw here, so got something to turn. Bent it a little bit, so it sits better. Got a couple of handles here. I would like them to match, but that's what I've got sitting around for right now. They're standard size handles, so different handles. And this, just in case those handles get too hot, this should be a lot cooler. So let's pop it open. Yeah, we got our grates in here. Those are just standard grates. They're actually bottom grates because of the size. And we just got 6 bolts for the bottom, 6 bolts for the top. You know, just right through the middle. And that's all we need. This is about 1 foot from that. Pretty much exactly 1 foot. Yeah, it's looking like something to me personally. We'll have to fire it up and see what it does. I guess really it just kind of looks like a, well, like a water tank. But, you know, I'll show you why I made this. That's why. Yeah. That one's rotting away. This one, the leg's falling off of it. I don't think it's rotting away so much, but it's just kind of falling apart. And that thing should last, I don't even know how long. 20, 30 years. And at some point, this stuff will have to be replaced. Maybe this will have to be replaced. And maybe some of the bolts will have to be replaced. You know. But that's simple stuff that, you know, can just be fixed. You know. Your main, you know, the main grill, like this actual metal, is thicker than, you know, either of these grills. I mean, this grill, not even a 1/16 of an inch. I mean, really thin stuff. This grill, basically the same. It's really thin stuff. Actually, that's even rolled over right there. And this grill, a lot thicker. A lot thicker. At least 2 to 3 times thicker. And that's why this should last a lot longer. And as you see, it kind of conformed around the top. I love that. I really didn't know how I was going to do that until I cut it, and then I was like, ooh, I don't like how that looks. And I was like, well, heck, I'll just bend it in a little bit. And then, you know, that'll sit on top of it and just around it, and yeah. But yeah, we got our bolts through here, and I mean, they're you know, they're pretty good. I mean, I got them in a 6-bolt pattern, so we're not relying on every bolt to hold it. I mean, wow, they still are holding it there. There we go. We're resting on 5 bolts right there, you know. So, I mean, I'd like to get some new screens for it, but, not this second.
Well, it's all cooking. Top gets a little hot, but the handle works. Flame at the bottom is a little high, apparently, so it's a little bit on the toasty side, but, it's a first run. And obviously, the grill on the top needs to be a different grill, because that is way too small. But, you know, that's a simple thing to get. So, yeah, there we go. All nice, working and everything, so cool. Looks like it might actually do something.